All right, so it went through and processed all of these, but if you'll notice, it didn't close out of them. So we can see we still have our images that are open from 6688 to 6799. Let's just make sure 6688, 6799. So it has processed all of them. I'm going to take these and move them into the raw folder or the root folder here. And then we can go ahead and close all these. So we don't need to save these now because we've already processed them. So what we want to do now is hop back into Lightroom and get the next batch here. It looks like, do we already have some of these? See, this is where, let's hop into our library, make this a little bit easier to see. Yeah, so we already have the TIFF. These are ones that we've already edited. You can see the file there. So it looks like we've already got some of these. 6688, that's the first 10. Oh, we opened 20. That's right. That's why I was like, we opened 20. So it would be after these. Yeah, that's the last one. I was thinking we opened 10, but we opened 20. It's like, why are there extras? A little bit of a brain melt there. So let's actually go to the end here. So there'll be a visual cue. Start with the blue sky. So up there. And then open these. So we got 27 that we're opening this time. And I'm just going to do the same thing and run it through that action that we've created. And then we'll just let Photoshop crank on that. So give it a second to open these up. Once it decides to, it's opening them up in the background. So, okay. And up until I think we had some of the close-up shots. These are opening. Yeah, so I think this, what she's looking off a little bit, would be one of the last ones. There we go. That's the last one. So we just run in through our image processor again. Basically the same thing. It opened over here. Let me pull this in. So same run this action, same location. It won't let us close. We could add the close to the action itself, but no, that's okay, because I'm not sure if it will then close it before it has a chance to save, since we have save in here and not in the action. Usually I build the save into the action too, but the image processor runs a little bit differently than just running a batch because it tries to add some stuff to it. So let's do this. I'll just go ahead and run this, and then this is a quick one, but I'll go ahead and pause. I'll actually just pause the video, and then we'll come back in this same video once these are done, and then start running the next batch through this as well. All right, so we have another batch of images here. Let me take these. One of the reasons I'm moving these each time is just so I can keep this folder kind of open and get an idea of how many are left as it's going through. So we can go ahead and close all these. Don't need to save them because we've already done that. Hop back into Lightroom and do the next batch. So let's go. We'll do until here. Open these up. 33, it looks like. We could really test the computer and see if we wanted to do all of them at once. We could really test the computer there. But again, if you've seen some of my other tutorials, sometimes texting the computer isn't a good idea because you start to run into technical issues and things slow down and things crash, and try to avoid that. So that's okay. We'll go batches at a time. Okay, so as these open here, we've got, what did we go till? Oh, it's not gonna let me get back to Lightroom while it's opening, I guess. It's fine. And got through here into okay. I think we're ready. We're getting close to the end here. Just a couple more. I think that we ended at the end of the staircase shots. And I'm remembering from when we shot these, there's only a few more after we shipped this location there. Yeah, okay, so we're done here. Let's run our image processor, again on this screen. And pretty much the same, so just let it run through this action here. And then again, just like before, I will go ahead and pause the video while it cranks through this next batch. All right, so we've got those. It ran through all 33 of them, 33 items here. So let's move these over. And then we can close out of all these. Don't need to save them. Hop back into Lightroom, similar process. But you know what? Let's actually... 62. I'm tempted to see if the computer can just handle all 60 of these. We did 30 and it cranked through that fine. Double that. Let's try it. See how this goes. See if we can just finish this off. Open these 60 images and then run that action on them. So this will take a sec to open, but we can let the computer process that as it's opening these. So thinking through some of the edits as this opens, thinking through some of the edits that we're going to have to do. We have basically, we want to heal any of the skin that has impressions from different outfits as we did outfit changes. And then I think we might look at, there's some shots that we might look at sky replacement. And then from there, it's pretty much the cropping, straightening, stuff like that we do back in Lightroom. Some of the stairwell shots, I might look and see if we need to do some extra denoise because the stairwell was dark. Of course, we're going for a dark look. We decided to go that route and keep it dark. But because it was dark when I actually took the pictures, I did have to even crank up the ISO quite a bit, which Sony's, I think they're really great with a higher ISO, but higher ISO will always introduce more digital noise. And Topaz has pretty good denoise capabilities. I know Lightroom has denoise built in with AI. I've used Topaz, their plugins before, their separate ones. They have Sharpen, they have denoise as separate plugins, and I've used those. You've watched other tutorials that I've done. You've probably seen those. Yeah, so it opened them all fine. So let's start this process and let that crank. All right, so we're just going to let this go through the process and let it start to save all of these off. And then we'll go ahead and end this video here. And then when we come back, these will all be saved. I'll probably actually, since it's saving to this folder, I'll also just go ahead and move these out here. That way we can start our next step, which is going through each of the images individually to check for any sort of edits that we might need to do on the images individually. But all right, so we'll let the computer go through its process, and then when we come back, we'll have all of those ready to edit. See you then.